So, very good afternoon, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. So, today I just want to discuss a couple of questions with you. As many of the students, they have been choosing design, architecture as a career, right? So, I would like to hear from you that what are the scopes in design and architectures maybe in coming 10 years?
If you've been looking at what's happening around you, there has been a transition happening, a disruption coming, particularly technologies around artificial intelligence. Whatever standard jobs that we have known for the last 2, 3, 4 decades are all getting phased out and getting replaced by artificial intelligence. Under this scenario, nobody really knows how the future is going to be, but they all predict that people who can think out of the box, who are creative, who can work with their hands, they are going to not only survive but thrive. So design and architecture, whether it is in real space or virtual space, is going to thrive.
Okay, great. So, as you know, we come across a lot of students who are aspiring for all these good design colleges in India as well as international. So, according to you, what should they keep in their minds while attempting these entrances?
Yes, you're right. There would be quite a few good design colleges. But you see, design education, or let's just say education at bachelor's level, is not just about your domain expertise. It's not just about the course which you are doing. In these 4 years, your whole personality changes. In these 4 years, you become a global citizen, a well-rounded citizen. And it is therefore important that you go to universities which provide a well-rounded personality development opportunities. You know, when you look at a university, there's space. There's place to play, there's place to get into sports if you want. There's a space for you to start a magazine, to start a club, to start interacting with others. It's an open kind of a system where you can interact with, let's say, a product designer interacting with an engineer or an architecture to create something new. These are the possibilities which universities offer. They have linkages internationally. Not kind of 2 weeks pay and go abroad kind of programs, summer programs, but real linkages where people interact and spend a semester, or your people coming in and going. So all is there something which a university can offer. So that's the USP of, that's why universities are there. That's why if you look at internationally, the biggest universities of all times, which have been there for 100, 150 years, that's what they offer. And that's why they have reached that scale. So keep that in mind, that it's not just your domain expertise, it's your life which you're making here.
Okay. And what changes you have observed in a decade? Because we also have seen some transformations. So according to you, like what have changed? Why even students are, the number of students are getting more into design and architecture courses?
See, yes, in a decade, as I was telling you, the technologies have been coming in the last decade. It started with 3D printing and then machine learning, and then what we are seeing right now, what we call as AI or artificial intelligence, is a sort of an amalgamation of all of them. And it started more than a decade back. Now, that's when India had only couple of government institutions in the name of design, and that is when when we're thinking about World University of Design, this was already a future which we had foreseen. So at that time, we started a unified campus which brings together all creative streams, which allows people to cross boundaries, think of what can be done in a digital space. And that's why when all these things happened, when COVID happened, when now the disruption is happening, our students are at par because they are able to go into the industry and get absorbed immediately. So while world over, or let's say the country over, the jobs for typical design programs are difficult to come by. With us, we have more companies now standing outside than we have students. So it's that big a demand. So yes, things are changing, but you need to keep changing with the time. You need to run with the technology. You can't run after the technology, and that's the change you have to keep in mind.
Okay, and yet my final question, and even our students would be, and even the whole audience would love to hear from you, as you have been associated for NIFT, like with NIFT for a long time, and now you're with World University of Design. So according to you, what should be the parameters a student must see while choosing their colleges?
Yes, I think NIFT has been an institution which has changed the design landscape of the country. When NIFT was established, our textile and fashion exports were nothing to talk about. We hardly had a design scape. So NIFT has done a yeoman jobs in doing so. That is an institution I was part of the founding and founding years in which I have spent there. So it is something very near to my heart. Having said that, it is now how much? 20, 35, nearly 35 years down the line since NIFT was established. And the whole design landscape of the country has now evolved. So we are not just talking about fashion. Today, fashion alone is of no consequence. People are talking about new materials, they are talking about new media, they are talking about artificial intelligence into everything, UI, UX, everything. So the world has exploded, right? And that's where the options are becoming more. The opportunities to go into a creative stream and work with people of different specialities. That's where the world is heading. Now just think for yourself. Take up any product. Can today one designer make that one product? Not possible. It's a team of people who are working together, and that's where the world is heading. It's going to get more and more complex. So you need people who are expert, but they know how to work with other people. They know how the various technologies and various domains interact, and that's where you are going to make it a success. So there's where the future lies.
So any 3 quick tips, sir? How should I choose my college?
1, make it a university. It must be there. 2, look for openness and a university which runs with the times, who is not running after the time. And 3, go with your heart. Whatever your heart says, at the end of it, that's what will keep you happy. So do that.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Lovely talking to you.